Okay, here we are at the Observe site. This is how you're going to book your real-time sessions and schedule your observations. So at this stage, you're looking at scheduling two observations: your black and white image of a nebula and your color image that you'll make later on. So you've picked those already from the course. So let's go in and schedule an observation and pick Advanced. Here we have name, and that's the name you're giving the request. It doesn't have to be the name of the object, but obviously it's going to be useful. So the object I'm looking at here is the Orion Nebula, but it's by Michael, because that's me. But you can just call it Orion Nebula, whatever you like. The thing here with target, though, it has to be the name of the target, because if you type in the name of the target and then press tab, then it goes and gets the coordinates for you. So it has to be a recognizable name by the target. So for this black and white image of a nebula, I'm just going to use the W filter. The W filter is a white filter, so it lets all of the light in, and it's just a black and white image that comes out. All of the images are black and white, but in this case, it's just all of the different colors of light in one black and white image. So I'm going to give it 90 seconds. This might be a bit bright for the Orion Nebula, particularly for most nebula. For this application, 90 seconds is good. So I'm going to put that in, press Add Exposure. And here up the top, it has a list of what observations it's going to get. So you've got Pan-STARRS W, 1 90-second exposure. So here underneath project, you probably should only have one. If you have multiple projects, you probably know which one to pick. So pick the appropriate project. And here in the date range, basically, if you're going to submit this and then maybe it's the weekend and you're not going to come back to it until Tuesday, for instance, you could set the time from Friday to Monday. So over the weekend, get me my image. If you're not coming back for a week, then you could set it longer. I wouldn't have set it too short because that means it might fail to get your image. So what's happening is you're requesting the network to get your image, but it has to get the image as well as everyone else's images, and everyone takes turns. If the time is too short, it might not be able to find a spot for your image to go. So something 3 to 4 days, I'd say, is a good time frame. It allows it to be observed, and also some of the telescopes might be underneath clouds sometimes. So that's a reasonable amount of time for a short exposure. So let's press Submit My Request. When you do that, if it's successful, it either pop to this screen or it'll pop out to the dashboard screen. So if we go to dashboard here, now also if it's successful, it won't jump into this scheduled requests box yet. It takes actually a few minutes for that to happen. So it's not going to be immediately there. So be aware that nothing's necessarily gone wrong. It just hasn't appeared in there yet. It takes a little while. But if you've pressed submit my request and you've ended up out here or at the other page, generally you've been successful at submitting your observation. So now we're going to put the color image in. And if we go in here, go advanced again. Now I'm going to do NGC 2658. Type in the target, press tab. It'll bring up the coordinates. Sometimes it can take a moment. And here we're going to pick 3 filters that we're going to use to put the color image together. So we want the blue image, so we want Bessel B, that is a blue filter. And we'll go with 120 seconds. No, 180 seconds. And I'm going to do one of those. So 180 seconds is 3 minutes. 180 second exposure of B. And then V is the green, Bessel V. It's actually green. V stands for visual, which is in the green range. So this is a green filter. So another 180 seconds. And then we want a red filter. And this one is called SGSS RP, also red. So let's go 180 times 1, add exposure. So here we've listed 3 exposures that we want to take. Of this target, take a blue 180 seconds, V 180 seconds, red 180 seconds. So that's good. Pick your project again, pick your time frame again, and then press submit my request. If it's successful, you'll pop out to here or a dashboard. If it doesn't go anywhere for a little while, that means something has gone wrong. So check your targets in the sky and let you fill out everything appropriately. But if you have any problems, get in contact with us. And remember, it's not going to drop into the scheduled request straight away, but if you come back in about 5 to 10 minutes, it should be there. So if you move forward into the course, if you come back later, maybe it'll already be observed, but it should be in the scheduled requests. So that's how you schedule your observations.